Tell me about The Express.
Oh, just a great, if this is the Ernie Davis story. There's a kid that came out of Syracuse from a broken family, and not a broken family, but he tried like hell to get into Syracuse. He was a terrific athlete, and he was there was a bidding war between the Redskins and the Browns to get him. And the Redskins owner at the time, Marshall, was a huge racist, and Art Modell, who everyone knows from the Cleveland Brown lineage, really fought to get this kid. And the minute they got him, he was diagnosed with leukemia. And he never played a down for the Cleveland Browns, but they retired his jersey. That's how much he meant to that community. He was a terrific college football player. And it showed how Jim Brown influenced getting into Syracuse. And the coach, I can't think of the coach's name, but he was played by Dennis Quaid in the movie. It's a tearjerker, and it's a true story. And, it's about a kid that falls in love in college. There's no sex in the movie, none that I could really brag about. But it's a great film. It's a love story between a coach and a young man, and this kid with his wife, and the community and the kid. And it doesn't end great, but the compass of the story ends great. Jim Brown was the top, obviously, the guy was playing with the Cleveland Browns at the time, and he went back and he helped recruit him and just mentored him and said, this is what you have to do, knowing quite well that this kid's going to come into the league. Not only did he come into the league, he came to the same team that Jim Brown was on, which would have made a wonderful 1-2 punch. For you football junkies out there, remember the past, it would have been sort of like the 1972 Miami Dolphins with Larry Zonka, Jim Kick, and Mercury Morris. It would have been that kind of a 1-2 punch with Brown and Ernie Davis. But the kid, unfortunately, got leukemia, and he passed away before he even took one hand off. He put the uniform on in a preseason game. He was so sick. And the team took care of all his medical expenses. And the kid never played it down. He was a rookie, but he made such an impact on the organization with his hard work in the preseason. And you knew he was a star. Back then, if you were a top running back coming out of college, you were destined for fame in the NFL. It's a sad story, but it's a good moral victory for people that fight hard. And his story still, it bounds well. The Browns have retired his jersey. Who retires a jersey, Dragon movie guy? Brian. And you never play it down for him. Think about that.
I can't think of any off the top of my head. And what do you think of Rob Brown as the role of Ernie Davis?
Terrific. I mean, he's a great actor, and he nailed it. He nailed it because you had to show compassion, and it wasn't a rah-rah type of movie, and you showed a guy that worked so hard to get to the zenith of the sport, and then unfortunately tragedy took him down with this insidious C word that comes into so many and envelopes so many people's lives. And the moral of the story was for all you Browns fans that hate Modell for moving the Browns to Baltimore in 1996, he really is a hero in this film for taking the kid on, paying his salary, and paying his family's salary. The kid he signed like a 4-year contract. He made sure the family got every nickel that he was earned, that kid earned, and he never played.
It's a moving story, absolutely, and a surprisingly good film. 2008, I believe this came out, 2007 or 8. The Express, number 5